Good evening and welcome to News Plus. My name is Christine Masewa. Finance and Economic Development Minister Professor Mthuli Ncube believes Zimbabwe has perfect opportunity to take the arrears clearance and debt resolution agenda to another level. The meeting, being held in the resort town of Sharm el-Sheikh and ending this Friday, is an opportunity for the country to get buy-in from other AfDB stakeholders and financiers. President Emmerson Mnangagwa is the head of the Zimbabwean delegation, and Professor Mthuli Ncube spoke to our correspondent, Africa Moyo, on the conference's sidelines.
Tomorrow, we have a session on Zimbabwe's arrears clearance program, where again His Excellency himself will be presenting on the process so far. We're assisted by the champion, who is the President of the African Development Bank, who will be giving a briefing to the Board of Governors and Board of Directors of the African Development Bank. And His Excellency will also be explaining what has taken place so far and really show that Zimbabwe is committed to this process.
This comes at a time when AfDB is a key partner in the country's bid to be in right standing with creditors. The meetings are running under the theme Mobilizing Private Sector Financing for Climate Change and Green Growth in Africa.
Actual facts of the economic realities require the private sector to provide more investment in order to develop the environment-friendly projects and more clean energy. It is clear that the activities of the AfDB this year is representing an exceptional opportunity to exchange knowledge and expert opinions to face the consequences of climate change and to present a clear agenda according to clear timeline in order to determine the mechanism to face the different challenges that are faced by the African continent.
Will authorities be able to resolve the pricing and exchange issues to restore normalcy in the short term? That has been the question as pricing continues to make headlines with more revelations on the country's supply chain. We get more from the following report.
Recently, government scrapped duty on some of the basic commodities to try and resolve the prices and shortages issues. An influx of cheaper imports may, however, haunt the manufacturing sector. Competition and Tariff Commission says the Consumer Protection Act will greatly complement its efforts.
We want to ensure that when the consumer goes into the market, they are not exploited through those who do cartelism. They are not exploited by those who abuse their monopoly.
Moving on, the Media Alliance of Zimbabwe took engagement meetings to the ruling Zanu PF party today in a continued push for friendly environment ahead of the harmonized elections. Mercy Ngwevu gives us more.
While they are at the center of attention during election season, political parties have a pivotal role of maintaining peace in the country. Media practitioners sometimes become victims of politically motivated violence. The Media Alliance of Zimbabwe is determined to have a different script this year. Zanu PF Secretary General Obert Mpofu says journalists should be allowed to carry out their duties without fear of violation in any form.
We are a friend to all and an enemy to none. And just to note that, apart from foreign ambassadorial engagements, we have already dialogued with the Southern African Development Community SADC Observer Team, the European Union, the African Union, and the National Peace and Reconciliation Committee.
As Zimbabwe's two biggest football clubs, Highlanders and Dynamos, get ready to face off in a Premier Soccer League match on Thursday. Football fans in Bulawayo have called on each other to shun violence during the encounter. We get more in the following.
Siyabe sikwazi sokufanele ukuthi siphose sayithatha uBrito angazayekela ukuthatha iligi but nxa sikwanisa ukuthi sichaye idimbare siyabe sikwazi yonke into right
richangeri game rinonakidza rinenge rine tension yakasimba because iyo zvinezvi ndinotarisa kuti masupporters anenge akukwanisa kuya ku ground according nematambiro ari kuita maplayers iyo zvinezvi